And as a libertarian who believes in individual liberty and disempowering bureaucracies and free markets, what I'm really interested in is how this policy that the party's created on funding students rather than institutions is a great way of demonstrating how those what might seem lofty ideals, how they actually, where the rubber hits the road, how they are actually turn into real, very practical policies. I'm just going to quickly locate it, and then I'll ask you, John, just to explain what it is we're talking about. So we have this wonderful document, the Freedom Manifesto, and if you go to ldp.org.au, you'll be able to download that document, and it was launched late last year, and it contains a number of policies. And you can see them from here: freedom from COVID and low flat taxes, etc. But what it is that we're talking about tonight is this policy here, which is about education, and more specifically, decentralised education. There's a whole section in our manifesto, and more specifically tonight, we're talking about fund students, not institutions. Tell us, just explain this voucher system.
Okay, so just to spell it out, we're calling really for a revolution in how the next generation of Australians are educated. Now, what we would propose, just to spell it out nice and clearly, is that if you have school-aged children, so between the ages of 5 and 18, every year, regardless of your economic means, everybody will be given by the government a little voucher. The parents will be given a voucher at the beginning of every year, and that will be like a little certificate, and that will have a face value, which let's say it's $20,000. So that those parents will then have a voucher worth $20,000, which they can then use at any school that the parent chooses. So, and they turn up to the school. They said, we would like our child to be educated at this school. We believe this school is the right fit for our child. And the school says, thank you very much, give us your voucher, and that's worth $20,000 in the bank for that school. Now, what is the benefit of that? Well, firstly, it cuts out a hell of a lot of bureaucracy, very expensive bureaucracy. I mean, education is one of the big expenditures of the state and federal governments. But secondly, what it's going to do is it means that at the moment, we've got one education system for all the kids. Okay, now, nobody loves kids more than the parents. Most parents, all parents, would happily die for their kids if it saved their kids' lives. So what we're saying is, and the parents know their kid, and every kid is obviously an individual and unique. Now, some kids are going to be really, really interested in, say, science or arts or becoming a tradesperson. Some are going to be very interested in commerce, sport, whatever it is. And so those parents will say, look, we think that our little kid is going to be is particularly interested in physics. So that those parents are going to send their is going to take their kid and cash their voucher in at a school, which is it's going to have the broad range of education, but it's going to be with a particular focus on science.